One of the people who has had one of the greatest influences in my life was a quote-unquote semi-educated poor black woman from the state of Mississippi. Her name was Fannie Lou Hamer. Mrs. Hamer, who, Lord knows, in all of her struggles in Mississippi, you know, it's not like at the end of the day there had been some great getting up morning. Certainly, you know, I mean, the civil rights movement had made significant changes, but the poverty levels for black folks in the Delta were still abysmal. She was still struggling around on lots of the issues that deal with fairness and gender and racial justice up until the time that she died. In one of our last conversations, I said to her, you know, how do you keep going? How do you keep moving forward despite the fact that change often, you know, doesn't come, or it comes so slowly, and so she told me the story, and everywhere I go, I try to tell the story as well. And I do it because I want to, A, honor her memory and her spirit, because we should all know who she is, and there should be statues of her in Washington and about 25 other places. But also because I think it's true. She said there was an old blind woman who was very wise, and people from miles would come and ask for her advice. And because her wisdom was true, you know, her reputation grew, and finally 2 people decided, goofy people, that they were going to play a trick on this old blind woman, and they were going to catch a bird, and they were going to bring this bird in their hands to her, and they were going to ask this question: is this thing in our hands living, or is it dead? And if she said it was alive, they were going to smother the bird. And if she said it was dead, they were going to let the bird fly free. And so they caught a bird, and they came where she was, sitting on her porch, minding her colored business. And they asked her that question: ma'am, we want to know, tell us what you think. Is this thing in our hands living, or is it dead? And the old woman sat and she rocked a while, and finally she said, you know, I don't know. All I know is it's in your hands.